good morning. So it wouldn't connect and then it just connected without warning. Okay, so here we go. So Pilates this morning, a chair for a little balance if you need it. And so I have different options. It's just to add a little awareness to our movements, and that's it. So it doesn't matter what you have. If you don't have a Pilates ball, that's okay. I like the Pilates ball because we can work on the grip a little bit. So working on our fingers, if your fingers are already in pain, then you can grip it a little bit less. You can use a yoga block, so same thing. And the yoga block or the ball allows us to have a little bit more distance between our arms, so that when we're at the top, we're trying to pass it over. It's a little easier than something smaller. So you can also use a very small weight, so half a pound to a pound. It's just because we're going to have it around here, so nothing too heavy. Whenever you have Andy, you can use that. If you have just a small book, that'll work too, or an empty water bottle, that will be perfect as well. So we're going to get started, and good morning, Diane, Rita, Carol, and Sue, and there's a few more. So there's 7 of us this morning working out together. So feet under your hips. And first we're just going to warm up a little bit. So you're going to think up nice and tall, breathe in, and exhale. Try to relax a little bit. Just soften your shoulders, soften your knees. And then let's inhale. On the exhale this time, I want you to draw in the pelvic floor. Good, let's inhale. And on your exhale, you're going to lift your right heel off the ground, transferring your weight a little bit over, pelvic floor in. Let's lift that heel a little bit higher if it allows you today. And let's bring it down. Other side, exhale, staying on your big toes. So if you're finding that as you're lifting, you're going over, try to bring it back. We're just warming up, so good time to realign, taking your time, and bring it down. Just checking in. And this time, I'm going to lift up, and I'm going to stay up. Exhale, pelvic floor in. Good, let's stay here for one inhale, so you're on your toes. Exhale, go up on the tip of your big toe. Toes down, foot down. Same thing on the other side. Exhale, lift. Now stay on your big toes. On your toes. Inhale. On the exhale, come up on the tip of your toe. Let's bring it down and all the way down. Good. So we're going to do that again. And then we're going to lift the toes off the floor. So here, stay here for an inhale. Exhale, tip of your toes. Lift the knee up. Let's inhale down, pressing that foot down, all the way down. So you're going to lift the knee up to where that works for you today. Exhale, lift the heel up, stay on your toes. Then next exhale, on the tip of your toes, lift the knee up. And let's bring it down and all the way down. Good. Relax your shoulders. We're going to inhale. On the exhale, we're going to lift our arms up to shoulder height. Good. Then make sure they have shoulder height. So if you don't have a mirror, I should have mentioned that before, but you can have your phone in front of you on camera mode, and then you'll see yourself moving, and so that'll be helpful for form. So here I want you to lengthen those arms, reach out, then you're going to rotate your palms towards the back. Slowly rotate your palms forward towards the ceiling, back to center, relax, lengthen your core, lengthen your arms, rotate your palms towards the back, and go to where it feels nice. You get little stretches and it's working a little bit. Back to center, lengthen, rotate towards the front and the ceiling, maybe a little further, and let's bring it back and bring it down. Let's lift the shoulders up gently and then roll them back, little circles. Now when you're doing those circles with your shoulders, make sure your neck is not trying to help you. So it's not making your circles bigger if you're moving your neck forward. It's just looking like it's bigger, but your neck wants to help you. but it's really not helping. Let's go the other direction. So we don't want the chin in, we want it in neutral. So try to maintain that neutral as you're drawing those circles bigger and bigger. Good. And relax. All right, and we're going to go into that using our little prop. So you can grab whatever you have handy, and then we're just going to hold it in front. And you're going to tighten a little bit your grip around it, just engaging a little bit your arms. We're going to inhale. On the exhale, you're going to lift the knee up, bringing it towards your hip and push it down. Now, if that doesn't work for you today at this height, bring it a little lower. So pushing, lifting up. Good, and pushing down. Now we're going to add that little rotation. Lifting that knee up, rotate whatever you're holding towards the knee. Bring it back to center. So we're not moving it this way, you're rotating your whole upper body. You're pushing a little bit towards it so the knee can stay a little lower, depending on your balance for today. Toes can be touching. I just don't want that hip out. So up nice and tall, rotating. So we're not collapsing into the leg that's holding us. You're thinking up nice and tall, little rotation. You're going to exhale as you're lifting and rotating. One more time per side. And last one. Good, and relax your shoulders, bring the objects closer to you. You're going to slowly inhale, so you're going to unlock your left knee. On the exhale, you're going to lift the right leg up, slowly up to where it's going to go, and then you're going to push it down. Foot down, toes below the foot, heel, unlock the knee, lengthen the left, lift it up, reach out, push it down. Good. Let's bring the object down. Nice long arms. You're going to bring that arm up. Same arm, same leg. And try to bring the other arm with it. So if you need to, you can bring that leg down before. And let's bring it down. Good. And other direction. Let's exhale. Bring it up. Pressing that heel up. Good. And let's bring it down. So if up above your head is not working, I should have started with that, sorry. Well, I'm going to bring it up to shoulder height and then draw that circle in front. Okay, so that's another option. So up, pressing that heel up, circle in front. You can bend your elbows. It's a little bit easier when you're bending the elbows. And up. I'm going to go above and bring it down. Make sure the leg is nice and straight and you're working with it. So you're pushing up towards the ceiling, because if my leg is kind of wobbly, this is really hard to do. So lengthen your leg, reach out with it, push it up, and then push it down. Don't let it fall down. One more per side. Lengthen, pulling up, exhale. Pushing it down. Good. Other side, lengthen, push it up. And inhale down. Good. And bend your knees a little bit and just shift your hips. Relax. Give me some little circles here. Relax your back. Other direction. Okay, and relaxing those shoulders. Good. Now, I'm going to go towards the back. So we're going to lift up nice and tall and reaching back. I should go this way so that I have the chair close by. So here, if you know you have a hard time with this one, couple fingers on the chair and ignore the ball pass. So you can just lift up and bring it down. So let's start with that. Unlock your right knee. Straighten your left leg behind. The object is in your right hand. Fingers of your left hand on the chair. You're going to press that heel up as you're lifting the object in front of you. And then you're going to bring it down. Good. And let's press up again. Exhale. And bring it down. Let's do the other side. And you're going to press it up. And bring it down. One more time. Press it up. Nice straight line here. We don't want that back curved, and we don't want this to happen. All right. So you know if you need the chair or not. I'm going to try it without the chair. If you're finding that you're losing your balance as soon as you're lifting the ground here, then use the chair. If you can get to here, let the chair go and just stick to that height as we're adding a little extra with the front. Okay? So we don't need to go into that perfect T here. You can have just a little bit. Listen to your body, and we do what we can for today. Sometimes it's also different on one side than the other. So up nice and tall, object in your right hand. And you're going to stand on your left leg, unlock the knee. Press that right heel up behind you and lift the object in front. And then you're going to pass it in front and open your arms and bring it down. So we're trying to draw a big circle, switch leg. You can bring them up in front, switch, draw that circle. Okay, let's press up in front, switching leg, exhale up, switch, draw that circle. So your eyes are in front, and then my eyes are following the wall in front until I now look at the top of my chair, and then I'm coming back up. So I'm never looking at my toes. I know where they are. Exhale up in front, and switch. Good. Other side. Exhale up in front. Switch hands and bring it down. Good. One more per side. Exhale up in front. Switch hands. Bring it down. And last one. Exhale up in front. Switch end and bring it down. All right, relax those shoulders, objects in front. We're just going to roll down slowly. So think about rolling up and slowly over, rolling or just bringing that object down, unlocking your knees, stretch out your back a little bit. Relax your shoulders and gently roll up, stacking one vertebra on top of the other, and then you're going to bring that object up in front of you and towards the ceiling. So don't squish it hard here. You're going to go to where you can without the sinking into the low back. So I want your body nice and tall. Relax your shoulders, lengthen your core, bring the object above your head to where it can go. Now I want you to lighten from under your arms and lighten more, and then look up at the ceiling, reach towards the ceiling. You can reach a little bit back, but without squeezing the low back, and bring it down in front. Good. And then let's roll down. So up, unlock your knees, and rolling down. And you go to where that feels nice to you today. And that's different every day. And it's different in the morning than at the end of the day as well, depending what you did. So I already did a class this morning, so I'm feeling a little bit more limber, but if this is my first class, the first couple reps are pretty high. So relax your shoulders, lengthen, and then reach up. So you're looking up at the ceiling just in front of you. You're not squeezing the back of your neck. I'm not squeezing my low back here. I want you to lighten and reach up and aiming a little bit more above your head, looking up at the upper corner of your space, and relax, bringing it down. So you're relaxing, but you're not collapsing. Unlock your knees and rolling down slowly. And here you're just going to roll to where it feels nice. Your back just worked really hard, reaching up. Little stretch. Good, and rolling up. Gently stacking one vertebrae at a time, one on top of the other. We're going to do that one more time. So relax your shoulders, lengthen in front. Good. Let's inhale. Exhale, reach a little higher, higher, higher. Think higher, not further. Just think higher. Looking up at the ceiling just in front of you without squeezing the back of your neck. And let's bring it down. Good. Relax your shoulders, relax your neck, unlock your knees, and rolling your chin up and over, gently down. Good, and rolling up gently, stacking one vertebrae on top of the other, and rolling those shoulders back. All right, and okay, so we're going to go into a couple more standing exercise before we go to the floor, but we're going to be on our knees at first. So depending on how you feel today, you can join us for part of the floor or the whole thing. All right, so up nice and tall. We're going to do a little bit more rotation here. So just with the ball at first, we're going to inhale. On the exhale, you're going to rotate to the side, keeping your hips to center. Then move your hips a little bit. Let's bring it back to center. Exhale, rotate. Move the hips a little. And center. So we're trying not to lead with our hands, which is kind of hard to do. Now let's add a little resistance, so pushing that object together. Lengthen your core, rotate, keeping the hips in place. So they want to do this, keep them in place, little rotation. Then move the hip without twisting the knees. Bring it back to center. So you do what feels right for you today. Lengthen, rotate. Then further, maybe, maybe not. And center. And relax. Relax those shoulders. Let's open up the legs a little bit more. And we're going to go into a star. So toes are open a little bit. They can be parallel or open more. Just go with what feels right for your hips. Wherever you're comfortable and you have good balance. You're going to unlock your knees. So they're not bent. They're just not locked behind. So just a little unlock. We're going to bring our arms up, trying to look like a star. Relax your shoulders, open them more. Now, we're going to rotate our core, so you're bringing the ball towards the front. That's all I get. Now I'm going to rotate my hips a little bit. I want you to lengthen, keep your hips in place, reach towards me, and let's bring it back. Good, let's pass the ball behind you. And lift. Relax your shoulder, lengthen, rotate. Then with the hips, you're reaching back still like you're holding on to something in the back, but you're trying to give me whatever you're holding. And back to center. And pass it behind you. So when you're passing it behind you, try to reach. So your arms as long as you can, and then they have to bend, and then switch. Good, so rotate the upper body, follow it, lengthen, reach towards me, keeping your hips in place, bringing it back, open, pass it behind you, lengthen, rotate just the upper body with the hips, lengthen, pass it towards me, bring it back, and open behind you. Good. Relax your shoulders here. Let's just bring the ball in front. And release. Okay, and up. Knees are still unlocked. Make sure you're not pushing those knees back. We're going to bring that ball towards, so from the left towards the right toes. But I don't want you to do a big crunch. So up nice and tall, keeping your knees unlocked. From your hips, you're going to bring that down. And then little rotation, look up at your left hand. Right hand, sorry, bring it up. All right, we're going to switch your hands. Open up. Now you're going to look up at your left hand. So little rotation, keeping that back straight. Going over, look up at your left hand, bring it back up. So we're going to inhale on the way down. Open, inhale. Now you're going to press into your heels, squeeze your glutes, exhale up. Center, and inhale down. Look up at your back hand, press into your heels, squeeze your glutes, exhale up. Switch. We're going to do one more per side. Unlock the knees, inhaling down, exhale up. So you can squeeze that ball to a little bit harder if you want. Look up at your back hand, center, and drop it down. Good. Relax the shoulders. Let's walk your feet in and just shift. Bend your knees. Just shift a little bit. All right, we're going to go all the way to the floor now, and we're going to end up on all four. So let's put the ball in front, and or whatever you are holding. Feet under your hips. We're going to do a little roll down. That's it for the standing portion, and it's 20 minutes in. So if you had 20 minutes today, that's a great, you got a little workout, a great little workout, and I hope you have a great day. And if you're staying with us, we're going to be on all four and then on our back. So just gently, you're going to roll your chin down, unlocking your knees, and we're just going to aim towards the floor. It doesn't matter if you don't touch the floor. Relax your shoulders. You're only going to where you can. And then slowly, maybe you can go a little further, maybe not. If you can't, just bend the knees and then placing your hands on the floor. So you bend your knees as much as you need to, walking your hands forward. Now here, I'm not falling in my hands. Think somebody's holding your hips up, engaging your abs so you can work towards a low plank. A plank, knees down. Good, let's bring it on all fours. So the knees are under your hips, hands are gonna be underneath your shoulders. All right, we're gonna grab the ball, and we're gonna keep our hand on the ball as we're lengthening that right leg back. Good, now let's bring that hand up in front. Bring it down. Switch. Grab the ball, press it back. Center. Switch, press. Lengthen, you're going to exhale in the lengthening. Switch. So I want you to squeeze that weight or the block, working on your grip. And then think about when your hand is on the floor, it's supporting you. At the same time, open up your fingers, stretch them out, and then reach with the other one. Reach with your heel. We're going to exhale as we're reaching, stretching out the fingers as you're putting them down. Reach. One more. Exhale. Good. And relax. Just trying to change the focus from really supporting here and putting pressure on the wrist and more on maybe a positive one where you're stretching your hands. So on your knees, the ball is going to be on the side here. So I'm going to just open up this leg a little bit, and my foot is down so I'm nice and secure, and then I'm going to put that ball down. So if you have a weight here, just put your hand on the floor, or if you have, you can put your elbow on the chair as well if you don't like to be on your hand, or on the little step stool, or on the yoga block. You can put it higher or lower and put your hand on it. The ball is going to bring a little instability, so it's going to work a little bit more. Now when we're doing this exercise, I want a nice straight line from the top of your shoulder to your ankle, and we're not bending forward. So align the ball or the object with your knee, and then we're going to stack our shoulder right over it. Then we're going to lengthen our core, hand on the hip. You're going to flex that top foot. Think about your little toe coming towards your knee. So if I take the big toe, I'm twisting my ankle. Think the little toe towards the knee. And then we're going to inhale. On the exhale, we're going to lift that leg up. Inhale, press it down. You can touch to reset or keep it off the floor. Exhale up. Inhale. Exhale up. Inhale. And exhale up. Inhale. Okay, we're going to keep it up. Exhale up. Now let's move it forward. So inhale. On the exhale, you're going to move that leg to where it can go forward. And inhale to center. Move it back. Exhale, moving it back without this here moving. Squeezing the glute a little bit, not the low back. Inhale to center. Exhale forward. This is challenging. It's okay if you're moving even 10 centimeters forward and back. Taking your time, so you're exhaling on the movement. I know the leg is getting tired. Last one. Center, let's bring that knee down. And here we're going to bring the objects to the other side, but first if you have a ball, bring it in front. If you have a yoga block, it's okay, you can just put your hands on the floor. But if you have a ball, you can use it to roll it forward and go into a child pose, stretch out your back, and then roll it up. So you can also just put your hands on the floor here and get a little stretch. All right, other side. So first, let's straighten out that leg to have a little bit more stability. Make sure the hip is right on top of the knee. So we don't want to be here or over here. Hand in line with the knee, underneath your shoulder. I know there's a lot to think about. Toes towards your knee. We want to chest open. So if we're here, it's going to be really hard to engage the core and then move the leg because I'm pushing on that ball. I want you to think of a circus harness and it's pulling you up towards the ceiling. So there's less pressure on that ball. Now let's flex your foot and lift it up and push it down. We're going to be working maybe towards holding nothing. And exhale up, inhale down. Make sure you're not pushing that here towards your shoulder here because your head and neck might be wanting to help you. Try and think nice long line. Exhale up. Think about the little toe towards the knee. You're going to exhale up, pelvic floor in. Okay. And then we're going to keep it up. We're going to inhale. On the exhale, we want to move it forward. Inhale to center. Your back foot, the foot that's on the ground, you can be on your toes or on the top of your foot. That is up to you here. And exhale forward. Inhale to center. Lift that leg up. Exhale forward. Inhale to center. The leg always drops a little bit as it moves. Exhale forward. Inhale to center. Think up nice and tall. Exhale back. Inhale to center. One more per direction. Last one. And let's bring that knee down. And both hips are now really happy. Let's do that little stretch. You can open up your knees a little bit more if you want. Either put your hands in front or just send your hips back and slide the ball forward slowly. And just stretch it out. And send your hips back and roll it up. All right. And we're going to go into a side plank, so lower plank though. The ball here is just to help us have that little extra focus. So no need, if you don't have one or if you have a weight, you can leave the weight. We're going to inhale. On the exhale, we're going to lift up on that knee. So here your shoulder is nice and stacked. And I find when we're doing that side, if you wear, because we're on our full arm, there's more pressure on the wrist. So we should be okay here for the shoulder, but if you need a little break for the shoulder, you can skip that. We only have 5 of those. So we're going to inhale. On the exhale, I want you to lengthen, push the hip up. And lift that arm above your head. And bring it down. Inhale. Now you can stay on that bent knee or you can go on 2 either stacked together or staggered. Let's inhale. On the exhale, lift up, reaching above your head. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Now, if we're full and you're like, I need to go on my knee, then bend that lower leg. Last one. Good. And relax. We're going to go on our back. And you're going to place your shoulder blades in the little pockets. If you cannot go on your back, then please do the other side plank or take a little break. We're going to get to them, but I'm just doing a little transition in between. So if you can't go and you want to just end the class here, just make sure you do 5 of the plank on your other side. All right, we're going to put the, if you have a weight, just put it off to the side. If you have a ball or a block, put it between your knees. Okay, so we're going to have our knees and tabletops here, and just bringing the awareness to the distance between our knees. So if you have the yoga block, you can have the narrow hand in front here. So let's inhale. On the next exhale, I want you to think about the pelvic floor, drawing it in. Inhale. On the exhale, we're going to have our hands here. We're going to press against our knees. Pelvic floor in. Inhale. Relax. Exhale, press. Inhale, relax. Exhale, press. Making sure we're maintaining that nice neutral back. Inhale, relax. Exhale, press. All right, and so now we're going to go into our 100. So I want you to lengthen your core and then lengthen from the top of your head. On the next exhale, the chin is going towards the ceiling slowly in front of you. And the bottom tip of my shoulder blades is still touching the floor. So I'm not just grunging down here. I'm actually lengthening and lifting. Hands by your side. We're going to squeeze the block or the ball a little bit. And we're going to inhale for 5. Exhale for 5. If you need, you can put one hand underneath your neck. When you're exhaling, I'm going to keep talking as you're counting to 5 for each inhale and exhale. When you're exhaling, pelvic floor in. Focus on that. If your neck is bothering you too much and you can't focus on your breathing, then bring your head down. Good, let's bring it down. All right, so we're going to extend the legs. If usually you do not extend the legs, just keep the ball or the block between your knees. If you usually extend your legs, grab the ball or the block, put it between your feet. So you have flexed feet, okay? And so the ball, if you're squeezing it a lot, you'll want to move. The block's a little bit more stable. Make sure you're not twisting your ankles to try to hold the ball. We want to hold it there with just a little pressure and look at your feet. Make sure they're nice and flexed or a little pointed, but that they're not curving in, twisting your ankle. Okay, so take the time to place that ball. And we're going to inhale. On the next exhale, you're going to lift your upper body. Hands by your side. So I have my arms, my legs up. So this is not too bad. So you're going to inhale for 5. Exhale, pelvic floor in for 5. You're going to slowly lower those legs to where it's comfortable for you, challenging. You can still do it without that low back coming off the floor. Putting a hand underneath your neck as needed. So those legs can be all the way down or higher towards the ceiling. That is up to you. We're only doing a few more reps here. And you're squeezing that ball, but you're not trying to burst it. Feet are flexed. Look at your feet. Look at your ankles. Make sure they're nice and straight, that they're not all twisted and your knees are not collapsing together. Focus on that. Breathe. Good, let's bring everything in. Relax your neck. Let's grab the ball and we're gonna go into a side plank on the other side. So you can switch side like I'm gonna do, or you can look at your back wall because we're gonna go back into a different position after. So we're on the other side just momentarily. And so we're gonna go on our elbow and lower knee is in line with my shoulders, upper and the upper leg. Ball just by your side here, and we want to inhale, and on the exhale I'm going to lift the hip up and reach above my head and inhale down. Now again, if that was easy for you, you want a little bit more challenge, stagger your feet or stack them up. Let's inhale. On the exhale we're lifting up, and you don't have to commit to all of the repetition in that full position. You can try it for one. Got two more. And the last one. Good. And we're going to go back on our back. So here, let's just lie down. Put your shoulder blades in the little pocket. Let's bring one knee in. Give me some little rotation here. Relax your hip, relax your back. And let's do the other leg. Bring your knee in. Just give me some little circles. Relax. All right. So here, we're gonna switch legs every time and switch the ball from hand to end. I'm actually gonna put my head towards you, and so you can see my legs because we're gonna go sideways. So we're gonna bring our knees in and straighten our legs up. The block or the ball works well. If you don't have either one, just follow with your hand, the same leg, same hand. So here, I'm gonna put the ball against the front of my leg. I'm gonna hold it there. I'm gonna maintain the opposite leg straight up to the ceiling. This arm can be on the floor. We're gonna inhale as we're lowering. Nice and slow, going to where you can. Make sure this leg is not going over and you're not falling the way the leg is going. Exhale up. Center. Let's go on the other side. So you're not pushing that ball or the block, you're just kind of maintaining it in place. So you want to maintain, your core is working really hard here, even if you're like, okay, my legs are working, yes, but your core, so that you're not falling over here. And make sure, so have a look at your legs. Whenever you're doing the movement, look at the opposite leg. Make sure because it's going to try to go over to compensate. This leg is going to go to where you can before you're compensating with the other leg. Good. We're going to do, after this one more per side, because we started with this leg. I know your legs are tired. Last one. And let's bring your knees in and just do little circles with both knees. Relax. Let's circle the other direction, just moving your hips around. All right. I'm just going to go sideways here. We're going to stay on the floor for a second. We're going to stretch out our back and our glutes. And you're going to take your right knee in and put your right ankle on your left knee. Let's grab the top of that right leg and just try to hug it a little bit. So you just want a little tiny stretch in your right glute. And then you're going to try and shift your hips gently. getting into that low back. But I'm not pulling up here, trying to squeeze my belly. You want your back in that neutral position. Just a nice, relaxed, gentle stretch. Other leg. Grab the top of your leg. Gently bring it in. Little shifts. Nice and easy. Good, and let's bring it down. I'm going to go into a sitting position. And we're going to stretch our quads a little bit. So you're going to take your right leg, you're going to bring it behind you. Relax your hip a little bit more. Good. With the extra stability, bringing up the height or on the ball, it makes it a little harder on the smaller muscles in your hips. So gently engage the glute to maintain the hip in place. Gently pull the knee back. Good. And then let's release. Let's do the other side. Maintaining that hip in place, gently pulling that knee back. We're going to bring our legs in front. Now if your legs are not going straight, you can keep them bent a little bit here. I just want that back straight. So we don't want this to happen. I want you to be able to sit up straight. So if there's a little bend here, that's okay. So up nice and tall, and you're going to keep your hands just at the height of a little below your shoulders, because I don't want you to strain too much. Up nice and tall, feet are relaxed, and you're going to slowly keep your back straight and going forward until you feel a stretch either in your low back or underneath your legs. Then you're going to release. Let's straighten the legs if that works for you, or flex your feet. So little bend here, foot flex, or straight legs, foot flex, feet flex, sorry. And then relax those shoulders. Staying at that height, we're going to go over. So you're going to feel that stretch a little differently. Release. Let's point your feet. This time we're going to roll forward. So engaging here, like if you have the ball here and you're trying to wrap the ball slowly, and then you're going to go forward. So this is more in the back. Let's roll back up. Flex your feet. Same thing. Up and over. So both stretches are okay. They have different, I feel them differently. Rolling up. Good. And let's open up one leg. So you're going to bring this one in. And so I'm horrible angle here. So I'm about 45 degrees out. Okay, so I'm not fully open to this side, about 45 degrees down. And you're going to think up nice and tall. This hand is going to be ear over on your knee. You're going to bring this arm up. Relax your shoulder, lighten that side, and then elbow above your head. Think of that elbow going up towards that corner and sliding that hand slowly. Shoulder going towards that upper corner. Let's relax. Bring the shoulder in front, elbow in front, and just open. So you should have felt a little stretch on the inside and into your back as well. Let's switch leg. So sometimes the stretch, if you're feeling it just into your back for this one, or just into your leg, it's okay, as long as you're feeling a little something. So here, hand on your knee, and sitting up nice and tall, slowly lifting that arm up. Relax your shoulder. We don't want to collapse this side here to go further. I want you to lengthen, push over, a little bit more, walking this end over gently. And relax, slide the shoulder in front, and release. Let's bring that leg in, and you're going to relax your shoulders, palms towards me. We're going to gently lift up, relax, rotate in the shoulder joints, sweeping forward, and up, and open. Good, let's drop the chin towards the chest, gently give me a little roll to one side, bringing it back to center, little roll to the other side, and back to center and up. I hope you enjoyed the class this morning. I know it's a little different than usual with some similarities. So I hope you enjoyed it, and have a great Friday, everybody. Have a great weekend. Thanks for joining me.